All right, halfway there. You see Dunkin' Donuts behind me. Taking the GT off the hypercharger. As you can see, it's green. And let's see what our PSI is now. So at the Greenway with Clay, I let some air out. We are now at 14 PSI. So significantly less. We're gonna give that a try. Now with a range test, obviously the more pressure you have in the tire, the better it is for maximum range, but we're gonna see how we do with 14 PSI. So I'm not sure what age this started to happen to me, but at some point in life, when you have something, like if you do something out of the ordinary, do something different activity-wise, or fall like a moron, second day soreness always seems to be worse for me nowadays. The first day after an incident, you don't feel great, but the second day is when you feel your worst. At least that's the way it's been for me for a long time, and that's kind of the way it is now. I'm sore and bruised, but I got this elbow all bandaged up. But took a couple Advil, and we're gonna head out for Dunkin' Donuts. Okay, just a couple other numbers for you number nerds. My riding weight is probably a little less than 190 pounds. I have the treaded tire. I need to remember to, let's switch over to Highline mode because it's in Apex. We're gonna do this in Highline. I had it in Apex yesterday for Clay. And yeah, I think that's it. It's probably the route that I'm gonna go. It's maybe 21 miles total. So let's see what happens. Nice thing, the OneWheel app also is Apple Watch compatible, so I have my stats quickly available on my wrist, so I can check my speed and battery remaining very easily. Let's get the board out here. And we're rolling. It's funny, I just saw the OneWheel guys, they just posted a range test. One of their guys set out with a goal of covering 25 miles somewhere, I don't know if it was the Pacific Highway, but it had some elevation change, and he was on his GT at about 19 PSI, I believe. And but he had the slick tire on that board, but he was keeping a pretty good speed. Like he was keeping like 18, 19 miles an hour for a lot of that ride, which I was kind of surprised by. So I'm going to try to keep my speed a little bit higher than I did on my XR attempt when I did this, where I kept my speed, sub 15 on the XR. So it's going to be interesting to see how this goes. So I could do the sidewalk most of the way, but sidewalk is kind of a pain in the ass. I think I'll get maximum range in the bike lane, so that's what I'm opting to do. And that's how I did the ride before, if I remember correctly. Oh wow, I'm going a little faster than I thought. I must be touching 19 because I'm getting little baby pushbacks. Yeah, I'm gonna try to keep it 17, 18. See how it goes. My body is so used to doing, 25, 30 miles an hour in EUC that I'm bumping up against pushback without trying. So I'll get the hang of it sooner or later. So doing a range test nowadays is not quite as simple as it was before. Like if I would run out of battery doing a range test, I always had a chase vehicle. I could call Cindy and she could come get me. I don't have a net anymore, so this is a no net range test. I'm hoping, the 21 miles or so, it's conservative enough that I should be able to make it regardless. But yeah, that is a concern, because I really don't want to be lugging this board for any considerable amount of time. Got to keep going a little slower. I don't know, it's easy to go fast in this. That is probably the core of the problem. Right now is not anything significant. Hopefully it's not significant either way, because headwind can definitely affect range in a major way. So put the fender or the rail guards or the new bumpers on yet. Maybe this afternoon. Have the convenience of having it on your Apple Watch. It keeps getting pushed to the background. I think there's a way to make the app stay in the foreground on your watch, but I don't remember off the top of my head, and I'm not going to stop and look it up now. But I am clearly going 18 to 19 miles an hour pretty steady. I forgot to mention the temperature for this range test, about mid-70s, 74 degrees right now. Good numbers. Pushback. I'm in the bike path at Heritage Bay, so it's a lot safer to get the phone out. 73%. We're 7.4 miles in. So, all right. I think we're okay. I hope. I really hope. Pressing onward. This is what I like to do on a OneWheel. Straight line, max speed. Now that's not what the OneWheel is all about, if you ask me. This is my happy place with the OneWheel. Usually when I'm on one of my electric unicycles, I'll kind of swing around a back way to get there, but I'm going more of a direct route this time. I probably just have to carry it across an intersection, but no big deal. So some observations after riding this for a good amount of distance so far. Grip tape on this, super grippy, man. Super grippy. It's hard for me to even shift my feet along or shift my feet around when once they're planted on here. I don't think you're going to have to worry about grip at all. As far as foot comfort goes, the concave pads, you know, I'm probably 9 miles in at this point, and my feet are doing okay, even without the love hump. I can also tell you that even at 14 PSI, this tire still does not feel soft. Definitely not. Like if I would go off-roading on this, I imagine having to drop it to, I don't know, 10 or less, probably. Or maybe it just needs to be broken in more, I don't know. All right, halfway there. You see Dunkin' Donuts behind me. Let's check in, see what we're at. 10.2 miles. 65% remaining. All right. That makes me hopeful that I'm not going to have to walk at all, as long as we don't have a terrible headwind. So let's get some coffee and recharge.
How you doing, bud?
How you doing? Could I get a large hot coffee with cream and sugar? Okay, riding the OneWheel and drinking coffee while filming is pretty difficult. So I'll probably check in periodically. Crossing my fingers, here we go. This is good. Coffee's good. OneWheel GT is good. Life feels pretty good right now. Deviation, like usually when I'm on my EUCs, I will head out in that intersection there and get immediately in the bike lane. This time I'm staying on the bike path. I'm reversing on the pedestrian bike path, whatever you want to call it, for as long as possible. Then I'll cross over Mockley Road when I have to at Heritage Bay, just to keep me off the 6-lane road as long as possible. Probably a smart thing. I was confused about. Wait till we get past this guy with the weed whacker. Remember when I first got on the board, I was confused because Simple Stop wasn't working. Because I had read that Simple Stop was available on the GT. And I guess by default they have it turned off on the GT. On my OneWheel Pint, Simple Stop was turned on by default. And because it was turned on by default and I never turned it off, I never realized how to turn it off and on. That you just hit the hand gesture on the main OneWheel screen to turn Simple Stop on and off. So I think right now I have it off on the GT, but I might turn it back on. I don't know. the way I ride, it doesn't really affect me negatively to have it on. One more thing you may notice, I did turn the headlamps off for this ride. Again, just to maximize juice available for forward movement. Okay, here's where the fun ends. This is where I have to cross Immokalee Road to get on the other side to get back in the bike lane, unfortunately. I wish they had this going the whole way. Kids at home, this isn't advised. We made it. Now straight and steady. I don't feel a oppressive headwind this direction, so that's a good thing. Okay, just dropped off my empty coffee cup. Let's do a check here. Oh, I set a new speed record, 19.3 miles an hour. Went up a tenth. Okay, 39% battery remaining. And we're at 17.7 miles according to the app. Not bad. I might actually have enough juice to like do a lap or two around the park up there just to get it a little bit lower. All right, great, let's go. Yeah, I'm confident I have plenty of battery to go into the park, so let's go into the park. Why not? Maybe we can get closer to 25 miles. I really am stupid sometimes. Oops. Yeah. As I was saying, I really am stupid sometimes. I don't know if I mentioned, I have two divots. You might have seen them on my forehead from my latest visit to the dermatologist. Had two more spots cut out for testing for skin cancer. I'm sure it's skin cancer. And I also had a spot in the back of my neck cut out as well for testing, and I'm 90% sure that that is skin cancer as well. And I went out and I bought myself some 70 SPF sunblock, and I keep forgetting to put it on. I don't know. It's stupid. It's like a glutton for punishment. I mean, it's not fun getting cut on repeatedly for skin cancer surgery. And yeah, I don't know. I'm dumb. As I'm entering the park here, I am at 19.3 miles and 32% battery remaining. To be quite honest, this is going better than planned, which is always a good thing. It doesn't happen very often, right? Little waves in the asphalt here, and if I'm not paying attention and I wind up going into it without knowing I'm going into it, you know, I can get a lot of back and forth shakes there that feel a little sketchy. You know, I'm a little nervous about getting out onto the edges of this tire now based on what happened on Tuesday. So yeah, like as long as I'm paying attention, it's okay, but the edge of the tire is danger zone for me, for sure. Definitely the danger zone. Right here is the area that I dumped it. It's funny, any time that I ride this part of the path, I think I will have a flashback moment to that wipeout. Not one of my prouder moments, but definitely memorable. So just to reenact, without the falling part, I was basically just carving back and forth here, and I think I just went a little too far, and I got off onto the edge, and I started getting a tippy feeling. And I overcorrected too quickly, and I tipped the other way, and then it just sort of amplified and tossed me off. So, I mean, it's totally my problem for not being more familiar. Whoa, ouch! Not paying attention to what surface you're going over. That hurt my knee, and I got a little wobbly there. But anyways, yeah, that was totally my fault. You know, the curse of being a no-skill zombie rider. Great thing is, I'm only like a mile away from my house at this point, so I can easily tack on some miles here while making sure I have enough juice to get home. It looks like the park is pretty unoccupied in the middle of a Thursday, huh? This is the least empty I've seen it in a long time. No one on the tennis courts, no one on the pickleball courts, and no one on the basketball court. Retired life. Maybe this is a preview of what retired life could be. in 8 years. I wasn't filming, there's some people coming up and I was trying to quickly get out of their way, and again I got up on that edge, and it was my center of gravity got over my toes. It was a little close for comfort. Got to get used to that. And it'll come with more riding, but definitely a difference to what I'm used to on the XR with the Vega. Big difference. Testing my maneuverability at slow speeds. Oh wait, this is supposed to be a range test, right? When you have a board, whoa, that was close. When you have a board that easily exceeds your expectations in range, you got to kill time and kill some miles. So that's what we're doing. If you need to see some extreme riding, all right, here we go. This grass has multiple ridges in it because it's freshly laid. Taking it like a boss. And and the edge. Nice. This concludes our extreme riding session for today. Just did a quick battery check. 19%, so we just dropped below the 20% line. 23.3 miles. And still, performance-wise, feels the same as 100%, really. I mean, I have not gotten any pushback, doing 15 to 16 miles an hour yet. So it is doing pretty darn well. I'm only gonna do like one more loop here. I feel like I'm getting a ton of sun, which is terrible for me. And it's getting warmer. It's now up to 84 degrees, so it's gone up 10 degrees during the course of this ride. All right, guys, I've looped around here for, I bet, damn close to half an hour. So yeah, we're okay. I'm checking the app. I'm at 10% now, so it's probably a good time to head back. 25.7 miles with 10% remaining. Not too shabby. Next stop, the house. I've still been rolling along here at 15, 16 miles an hour, not feeling pushback. So this is definitely uncharted one-wheel territory for me. Very impressive. See it, but the light on the board is yellow, not red. It is not red, not dead yet. Oh wow, that was quite the performance, if you ask me. Okay, it's not connected to the board now. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on, guys. If it's just the low state of battery that it dropped its connection to the app, I can't get it reconnected. So, but I mean, the last check-in was what, 10%, 25.7 miles. From where I was, it's like another mile here. So let's call it, it's real close to 27 miles, and I would guess, I don't know, was I at 6 or 5%? So unfortunate that I lost the final number for some reason, but life goes on. Regardless, this thing gets significantly more range than the XR at a higher speed. I mean, the vast majority of that ride, I was going 18, 19 miles an hour. I actually hit a new top speed at 19.3 miles an hour at one point. So there's no doubt that this thing performed, even with lower PSI, 14 PSI, 190 pounds, very flat terrain, obviously. The concave foot pads definitely made a difference with my foot discomfort. I have less foot discomfort than I typically would have after that long of a ride. I mean, what time is it now? Oh yeah, it's 12:40. So, I mean, I was out for probably a couple hours, close to a couple hours. Foot discomfort is better with concave foot pads. To me, the OneWheel GT delivers on its significantly more range than the XR, without a doubt. So guys, hope you enjoyed this ride. It was good to get it out of the way. I'm glad that I could do it without breaking down physically. If you found the video interesting, please give it a big thumbs up. If this is your first time visiting the channel, please consider subscribing. And if you're going to subscribe, you can hit the notify bell that's over there somewhere. Feel free to leave your comments, suggestions, ideas, and thoughts about the GT performance on this range test. And I think that's all I have for you for now. I have some other things I'm going to be doing with the GT over the next few days, and you'll have to tune in to find out what those are. That's all I got, guys. Duffman out. I know, it was a while, right? Yeah, GT gets good range. Does it smell? Does it smell like it got good range? Yeah, okay. All right, I'm back. We'll have fun the rest of the day. Good girl, good girl.